It was quite a journey today. Managed to get to the harbor. Let's see, there's a squirrely squirrel in the background. I hope that's not the one I'm using. Anyway, I'm way too early. Here in the background there's a building for the harbor where I can get the ticket. They open the ticket counter in about an hour or so, and actually 6:30, yeah. And well, but the ferry actually departures at 2 o'clock, 2:30 at night. So even if I got the ticket, I have to wait another 8 hours before I actually can climb aboard. Yeah, it was a long journey to get here. So yeah, having a bit of rest and stretch my back. Good morning. I had my weather flag as a sort of blanket tonight, having a cap here on the seats. It's basically a sort of conference room. I haven't booked a cabin, so yeah, I'm well wrapped in my weather flag. That works out quite nice as a blanket. It was quite chilly tonight, or last night, and well, finally the ferry is going. It's supposed to be on its way already at 3 o'clock last night, but it's now something about 10ish, 9-10ish, and it's now moving, and takes about 24 hours to get to Helsinki. Yeah, it's gonna be a journey, so this gonna be my place to stay. It's quiet here, and there are not that many people on that ferry, so yeah, I'm gonna sleep most of the time anyway. And yep, this is what it looks like from my little conference room. It's a bull-eye, and that's, sorry for the cross in the middle, but yeah, there we go. We are moving. Let's see if I can.
Vähästä. Mut kerran laivaan ja kerran kaikki on hyvä.
It's the booze department. Hope it's not too breezy up here. Managed to get myself a tea. It's obviously not the sort of tea I'm used to. It's more like dishwashing water. Well, anyway, what they call it, it's a Russian breakfast tea. All the other ones, they are flavored with lemon and all sorts. So I'm going for the well, it's a tea bag. It's actually a plastic. It's a plastic tea bag. Look at that, a plastic tea bag. How can you have to? I mean, that's not proper tea, is it? Anyway, better want tea, thin tea than no tea. And yeah, the ferry is on its way now. I'm a bit outside, hope it's not too breezy. As you can see, it's the end. Bye bye Germany. And the other way around, it's, yeah. So, try to enjoy my tea. And it was a bit an odd journey so far. Because the ferry was quite delayed for, it was about 5-6 hours delay. It's supposed to go at 3 o'clock at night and actually went out of the harbour about around 9-10ish, and when I had breakfast at 7 it was still sitting in the harbour. And yeah, so basically the ferries, they're all the same, sort of. I mean, I've been to the UK and the Danish areas around a lot, so if you've seen one ferry, they're all the same. They got all the booze department and the perfume department, and yeah, to entertain people with the slot machines, and expensive food, obviously. I had what was just a sandwich and a little tea, and you know, it was like 10 quid, 10 euros, believe that. I mean, it's, yeah. Dull day today, but actually yesterday it was like 27 degrees and I was sweating like hell, so I'm quite pleased to get into a bit of cooler area. Yeah, that's what it is. This is the major ferry line from main Europe to Finland, to the Far East, basically, Helsinki. And if you imagine each of this container, well actually lorry trailer, is about 10-12 meter long, yeah, and they're squeezed in so tight together. And this is a huge ferry. I mean, this is only the end. It's basically the last quarter of the ferry, so they really squeeze a lot in. And as I say, it's the main freight ferry, parcels, the old parcel freight down there. So yeah, Christmas parcel. Das reicht. So, Juri. Hi Juri?
Ja,
Ja.
Hanno,
Prost.
Prost,
Na zdrowie.
na zdrowie.
Und Prost.
Prost.
Ich sage eigentlich Skol, weil ich, ne?
Zum Wohl.
Ja, na zdrowie.
Приломим хлеб. Für Freundschaft.
Ja, genau. Freundschaft ist immer wichtig.
Zusammen. Ein Brot zusammen.
Ich habe kein Salz dabei. I'm sitting in a train out of Helsinki, yeah, to get out of the city. It was quite an odyssey. The ferry from Germany to Helsinki had actually 7 hours delay. So instead of arriving at early in the morning at 9, I arrived at 7 in the afternoon. Yeah, so I took a bit local transport just to get from the ferry to the train station, which is quite a far way to go. And because I want to camp outside, obviously, and not spending any more money on the living hostel or hotel, I'm gonna hit the train. Oh, putting my hammock up now. Finally, I managed to get into the woods. It was a dreadful journey so far. I had to take a train for hours from Helsinki out, and while walking from small town into the woods in Finland, it's a piece of cake. And I found actually, or met a nice guy, a local guy actually walking. He was walking his dogs for the evening, and well, he told me, go that way, that's a really nice spot. And yeah, so I told him, he asked me why I came to Sweden, to Finland, sorry, Finland, yeah. And yeah, I told him I wanted to see, well, I heard about that the Finnish people are the happiest people in the world, and I wanted to see that myself. And he actually definitely agreed with it. And yeah, he was very happy to show me a nice spot, local spot. And well, it's a bit getting dark now, and it's not that easy to find a few trees for a hammock. Well, there are lots of trees around, but yeah, I figured out. Actually, the sun is settled down already, but since in Scandinavian the sun stays up much longer, I got maybe half an hour more light, and but then it's pitch dark. I guess because, well, as a quick indication, when I left Germany, yeah, on a out, it was 27 degree, end of May, right? Well, the last 2 weeks before end of May. And up here it's basically 9 degree, and the season is basically like 2 months behind. So that means compare that to Middle Europe, Finland is now in a state of end of March, yeah, temperature wise, and even the greenery just starting to pop out. The first, they're actually the birch trees I'll show you in the morning, and it's pretty, it's really beautiful, but there's still a lot of trees without any leaves, and they're just the buds coming up. Yeah, and so far what I can see walking through the woods, and there's not much going on yet, but so it gives me an opportunity for a really extended springtime. Yeah, and now I'm putting my hammock up. Oh, finally, yeah. Got my tarp up, hammock is up, mosey net is up, and the wetter flag underneath the back, like to give it a bit insulation. And now I'm having a kip. I have enough now. It was a 3-day journey just to get here. Was it 3 days? Started Wednesday? No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's Saturday evening now. Yeah, it's 36 hours, something like that. More. I don't know. Anyway, I'll just give you a quick impression how it looks like. My first wild setup, just rough. It's really rough. It's not tuned on the strapping and on the cordage. It's just to give me some protection to have a kip, and eventually I work it out tomorrow or just pack it up early, and it's just a quick overnight. I haven't reached that lake this bloke were talking about. It's probably just behind for 100 meters or something, but anyway, there's a water stream down there, and I even run out of water now. So yeah, see you in the morning. Oh, it's so quiet here. What I think it's still very early. I haven't got a clock or watch. So yeah, as you can see in the background, that's my camp behind the tree there. And ooh, it was a bit of a rough night, improvising, putting the hammock up, and couldn't really see what I'm doing, but well, and it got quite cold, yeah, quite cold, and my sleeping bag, well, it wasn't really puffed up, yeah. So I was quite pleased to have the wetter flag and the woolly thing, and that made it up a bit. but for the next few nights I will actually prepare myself a bit better, and yeah, gonna get some water in a minute. And this looks like a squirrel's breakfast place. It's all chipped up pine cones up to the core like that, and all the flakes. So it looked like they had a go with it over the winter, so that must be quite a good spot for them, because it's in the early morning sun and on the rock. Yeah. And behind that I got my camp set up for now, at least. I'm not gonna stay here for long, but that's what it looks like in the morning. Shit, it looks a bit like a dump in the woods. I'm not gonna pick my water out of this lot. It's all like a sewage, but definitely mossy ground, and they're probably breathing in here very well. So yeah, I'll pack together and move on to that lake the bloke were mentioning in the evening. How am I gonna put all this stuff there? It's awkward. Look at that. You even got a old sofa sitting there in the bush. Someone had a bit chill out there. I mean, nothing against the scenery. This sort of comfort is a bit over the top. So I ran out of water yesterday, and thought I could get some water out that stream there, but it's only a bloody mossy pond. Yeah, so I have to pack up, and without breakfast for now, without morning tea for now, and going up hill and try to hit that trail the bloke told me about, to find that lake and bloody big mozzies. Ah, look at that, just bloody big mozzies already swirling around, but they're not really aggressive. They're not really aggressive at the moment. It's too cold for them, but they're searching for prey anyway. So yeah, I get out of here. Right. Oh, I'm glad I found this spot. It's a good place to spend the morning and having breakfast and tea and the whole lot. So I'm gonna stock up with water as much as possible. It's really cool water, fresh taste, very fresh. Yeah, it's still very early in the year up here. It's a, what is that? 24th of May. Yeah, so it's bloody hot in Central Europe, but over here it's spring. Yeah, so again. It's going. Yeah, I know it may looks odd, and I would be alright drinking the water out of here, but it's a bit standing water. Well, it's fresh, but to get the grit and some of the tiny bits out and filter the water for my need so I can stock up. Yeah, that's what my mate Andy is dreaming of every night. Springtime in Finland. Look at how tiny this birch leaves are, still end of May. It's amazing. It's really 2 months behind weather-wise. It's just started to pop up in spring. Everything starts blooming here. Yeah, that's why we're coming here to enjoy that. All these huge rocks and the birch trees and the lakes. Oh, Andy, you will love that. Just had a bit of an improvement for the filling the water into my bottles. Yeah, I had a broken screw lid. Yeah, so I took that apart, put the pipe on, and now it's the way I wanted it to be. Easy to screw on and just put my water in like that. Yeah. This is something my mate Andy is always looking for. A cup of tea, and I love it as well. And here I had my hobo stove on now in life. Yeah. And takes a bit longer than on the alcohol, but there's time enough. New kettle talk. Yeah, I should have filled it full up to the rim, so therefore it takes a bit longer, but we're getting there. That's the hobo stove. See, it's the tea is done, and there's still red umber in there, and it burns white ashes. It's just coming out there on the bottom. Basically, it's burning so hot. I don't know if you can see the red umber there, down there. It burns the ashes, well, white. So I think I can hold the pot, and down there on the ground there's the ashes there. So it's burning down absolutely to nothing. Get my tea and enjoy that in a moment. A nice cup of tea on the lake. So this is the first brewed tea in Finland for me today, at least. So yeah, after having a bit a rush setup last night, I really enjoy slowing down now, and yeah, actually I have to work a bit on the setup for the sleeping setup, because it's well, I haven't used that for a long time, and because it was quite chilly last night. Well, not in the beginning, but later on, you know, like at 4 or 5ish in the morning, and so I have to wrap up my sleeping bag a bit more with the Vodka. I'm very happy I got the Vodka with me, because that's definitely a blanket sort of replacement, multi-usable. Yeah, I forgot to puff up my sleeping bag last night, so the feathers are actually all a bit flattened, and there was not much insulation in it. So I had to get up, puff the whole thing up, and get back into the hammock. And I think I had the hammock twisted a bit. I couldn't see that in the dark very well, so I was just keen on just having a kip and getting some rest. So, but as you can see, today I try getting a bit more into it, what I wanted to tell about, and show my mate Andy what I'm gonna do. Actually, I wish I could beam him up here, and he would love it. He would love it. I mean, he's a bit lazy bugger, but that's he loves sitting on the lakes and enjoying a cup of tea and some cooking, and yeah, actually shared joy and shared fun is double fun, isn't it? So yeah, it could have been nicer with my mate next to me. We would have a good laugh, taking a piss and out of herself, and having a enjoy the day. Yeah, kettle talk. Enjoying my tea now. Yeah, takes a few days to get into the full routine with all the setup and packing and wrapping, and it's fairly minimalistic anyway, so I'm getting used to it. In the end of the day, it's not too bad. Yeah, that's it so far. Yeah.